After seeing the house on the rock, we took a short drive over to Frank Lloyd Wright's Taliesin. This was his home and workshop in Wisconsin. The name Taliesin means shining brow in Welsh, and it's called that because he built it on the brow of the hill. We weren't allowed to record audio during our tour, but it was suggested that we use some of Wright's favorite music to accompany this video that included Bach and Beethoven. As we walk into the workshop, the ceilings are low, the rooms are tight, and then you proceed into the actual workspace and you have this huge, open, high-ceilinged room. This was meant to encourage people not to gather into the doorway, but to walk further into the home. We walked through the office space that was part of his workshop, and I noted that all of these rooms have these big open windows, and all of the workspaces are facing out, so you're looking out at nature all around. It seems that Frank Lloyd Wright really wanted to be inspired by nature, and he wanted his staff to have that inspiration as well. So much of the time now, schools and offices are designed with limited windows because we don't want people distracted by outside. We think they'll focus better if they don't see what's outside.
As we walk around, we see that this is a very large space. This was not only his personal home, but it was a place where he hosted students. I believe up to 24 at the time. I could be incorrect on that. But it was a large space intended to also teach, not just be a living space. As I walk around, I notice the materials that are used are actually pretty temporary. This was always in a constant state of change. When he would have a new idea or a new technique that he wanted to try out, this was his place to do that. You'd see a lot of just plywood and other, I'll call it either temporary or not polished materials in use. These are actually workstations where the students would work on their craft. They'd be called drafting tables at that time, most likely. But as you can see, they're at an angle and they can hold materials. He was not just consumed by design, but that was a big influence. On the left of the divider, you see the novel The Lost Dutchman's Mine, but on the right side of the divider, you see a book about reinforcement of concrete. So, very well read.
Next, we walked out of the workshop and into the main living areas of the house. Notice you have to walk outside to get from one section of the house to another. We actually asked about what that was like in the winters, and apparently he just didn't live there in the winter.
As we enter the main living area, we are invited to sit on the yellow upholstered furniture. This is the only places that we could actually sit. Anything that's covered, anything else is off limits. Not every piece of furniture is original to the home, but it's original to the era or appropriate for the space.
This room was designed for entertaining, and in the middle of the room is a built in set of 4 seats. This was a music stand designed to host a string quartet. Um, it the chairs didn't really move, so it was clearly not terribly comfortable for the musicians, but I don't think that was the intent.
So this home actually burned down multiple times. You look around, you'll see red bricks in the walls. You'll also see pieces of pottery or other things embedded in the walls. Uh, the red bricks are from the fires that had happened, and also the pieces of pottery and stuff embedded in the walls are remnants that were placed when it was rebuilt. Uh, so if you ever visit, be sure to look for those. Now, I mentioned earlier that the nature of using plywood and what I consider other temporary things. If you look at the windows at the top there, and I will pan up there in a moment, you'll see that they're shutters, but they're basically pieces of plywood with hinges. So again, just more of this temporary nature, always an experiment to see what works, what doesn't, uh, always thinking, always designing.
Next, we head into this area that started out as a patio and was later enclosed, but it leads into what's known as the bird walk, which is this pathway that is cantilevered out away from the house. One of Frank Lloyd Wright's wives used to like to watch the birds in the morning, and so he built this bird walk for her so that he could walk out and almost be in the trees with the birds.
Here we're standing out on the terrace that led out from the room that we were just in. As we pan around, we'll see the bird walk here that his wife would walk out into and be in the trees. Behind us is the master bedroom. We'll go see that in just a moment. Here we are about to walk into the master bedroom. As we walk in, you'll see that it's a pretty spacious area, but if you look at the doors of the closet right here, again, you see that they're just made out of plywood. Again, the temporary nature, always an experiment. It just repeats over and over. I've never been in another Frank Lloyd Wright house, and someday when I do, I'll be curious to see what kind of materials are used in them.
This room was originally a portico where carriages would pull up and allow people to be welcomed into the home at the front entrance. It was later enclosed and made into this family room. This next room we go into is another bedroom. So Frank Lloyd Wright would want to get up and have ideas and want to work in the middle of the night, and it would disturb his wife. So he built this room as an office slash sleeping area for himself so that he could get up in the night without disturbing her. It originally extended only to that fireplace, and was later expanded as he got older and didn't want to have to go outside to the workshop. He could just get up in the night and work in his office.
So this extended area was built in just a few weeks because a magazine was coming out to do a photo shoot. I think it might have been Architectural Digest, but I can't remember for sure. As I pan up here, we'll actually see up into the ceiling where the construction methods here are exposed, and you can see, if you're someone in architecture, you would note that it was actually pretty poor construction. So this whole area is undergoing a renovation.
Be sure to go back and watch our video of the House on the Rock. We saw a House on the Rock and Taliesin in the same day. It was quite a long day, so we were happy to hit the road and head for home, and we'll look forward to our next adventure. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.